What up, what up? It's your girl Irissah, aka DJ Fever, and we are here on another episode of True Colors with a special guest, Lolo. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Of course. And Lolo, I just want to say that I really love your consistency and creativity that you show throughout your art. And your visuals are just so fire. Like, that really stood out to me.
Thank you.
So you were telling me that you direct your own videos. So tell me about that process and like the execution.
All right. So it actually started from just me randomly thinking one day that I needed to come up with a concept for an actual album. So I didn't want to do something that was typical, because I could have easily been like, let's just go ahead and dance and do a whole bunch of extra stuff, but budget.
Right.
And then number two was location. So what I did was create like an art style for myself. I wanted to be really simple, really about like the bold red color and the horns. So from there I had a photo shoot, and after that I built the video around how the photo shoot and the aesthetic was. So I created like a mood board, idea board, brought it in. I worked with untraditional films, and they came in and they were real patient with me because I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I said, so I just need y'all to bear with me. I don't know how to run cameras. And they were like, no, we got all that. Just tell us how you want us to shoot you. And so with us coming together, we were able to make the videos. And yeah, it was really dope.
Right, that's so fire. I'd imagine this type of work ethic takes a lot of discipline. So could you tell me about your relationship with discipline, or if it came natural to you, or did it just come over time?
I'm a very in my head kind of person. So I kind of always look out for something that can make me look bad, or something that might carry on with me for the rest of my life, or you know, almost like there's always a camera looking at me, not in that kind of way of course, but just like being babysat by whatever might be watching me. So I never wanted to do anything that would disappoint me. So I always made it a point that everything was very controlled and as it was supposed to be. So by having that kind of discipline, I was able to kind of, and I'm a control freak, so everything has to be
Taurus.
Yeah. Everything has to be a Virgo calling me a control freak. Let's talk about it.
So are we. Virgos are the same way.
But
I feel like that's how
to
we
be
relate.
disciplined about, you know, my way of conducting it, especially when it comes to cost and time, because those are the two biggest factors when it comes to anything.
For sure. So let's have a look at your visual delusions.
All right, I'm excited.
If you are so great, why are you at home? If you are so fine, why are you alone? If you are a king, tell me where's your throne? If you are a queen, tell me where's your crown? If you are so great, why are you at home? If you are so fine, why are you alone? If you are a king, tell me where's your throne? If you are a queen, tell me where's your crown? If it's so, I wanna know where to go. I need it shown. If it's so, I wanna know where to go. I need it shown.
Okay, so the title of your latest project is Taurus. So I'm assuming you're a Taurus.
Yeah.
And what do you feel like are traits that you can relate to?
All right, so number one, I am very grounded. I try to keep myself very composed and together. I am a little dramatic, just a little bit. I am very stubborn, but in the right ways too. I don't buckle because someone tells me how they want me to be, or I don't fold under how people expect me to be. I'm a little materialistic, just a little bit. I like what I like, but I'm not bougie or anything like that. But I'm also very emotional, diverse, very colorful in terms of how I think and how I feel. So I think that's something that anyone that does relate to the zodiac, they can really say, yeah, that's a Taurus, you know, through and through. So yeah.
Yeah, those are definitely some traits of a Virgo. I feel like we relate on a lot of aspects, like in terms of being very down to earth and warm. But So, as a queer person in this industry, do you ever feel like you've had to be placed into a box? Because I know, like, a lot of times society looks at queer people to be all like rainbows and butterflies and yes, queen, and that's cool, but a lot of people forget that, like, we're just regular people, regular shit going on, just like y'all. Like,
no, it wasn't necessarily like a box. I didn't think to be outside of it. I just wanted to be myself. I'm not naturally somebody who is really, I guess, loud or flamboyant. So it wasn't really hard for me to just step out and be what I wanted to be. I am kind of reserved and sometimes a little shy. So I wanted to be able to be myself, but at the same time be able to give off what my music gives off. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not naturally somebody who is loud, so my music probably won't reflect that too much. But yeah, there are a couple of things that people like to put on gay people, especially as artists. They kind of want you to be that character, and they want you to be the yes and all the other kind of stuff, because, you know, that's what is appealing, especially in the media. But I've never been that person, so I'm not going to start being that person just for, you know, the sake of a camera or the music. That's just not me. So yeah, it was pretty easy for me to be like, no, well, that ain't me, I'm fine. But there are a lot of people who have listened to my music, and once they found out about anything, or once they were like, oh, you're gay, oh, that's crazy, they immediately started giving me like stereotypic responses, like, oh my God, you did that. And I'm like, you could have just said it's dope. But all right, that'll work. But yeah, other than that, I really didn't have to fight too hard to be myself.
That's good. So I know that you're originally from North Carolina and you spent some time in Jersey. What was it like adjusting to this Atlanta culture?
It wasn't that hard, honestly. I got here in like the late 2000s. So to me, I got here and I was like, all right, it's not too different from, you know, it's a bunch of black people. I feel like we all know each other, even though I don't know y'all. And it was cool. The only thing was I was trying to figure out the city life, because I wasn't familiar with that. So the fact that you have so many characters in this one place and everyone just seems to still have a place to fit, I was like, okay, this new. But I adjusted pretty quick. You know, I tried to make friends or associates. I tried to get to know as many people as I could. And yeah, they kind of introduced me into a way of being safe while still being able to explore. So yeah, it was pretty easy to adjust once I learned to, you know, be more open.
I feel that. So how was it like finding your crowd? Like, what was that like?
I just threw a song out and I just waited to see who said they liked it first, and I threw it out there with no expectation. I just kind of wanted to see what people enjoyed about the music, not just the song itself. Okay, it's catchy, but did you like my voice? Did you like the melody? You know, what did you like about it? So I was kind of able to find what the predominant thing is that people said, and I was like, all right, so that's the part of me that they like. I like that kind of audience. We're gonna go with that. So it was really easy for me to find it, but at the same time, I didn't want to limit myself just by who liked me, because I still want other people to be introduced, because I look at my music as it's very broad, it's very diverse in the sense of the topics I talk about and the sound. So I don't necessarily have just one particular audience, but I just go for people who are music heads, people that like to live in the headphones and that kind of stuff. That's the kind of music I make.
Where you consider yourself a music head?
A music head?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I listen to a lot of music now. Some people say they're eclectic and they kind of use the same kind of examples, but whether I'm talking about Andrea Bocelli, or if I'm listening to musical scores from films, or I'm listening to Busta Rhymes or the Fugees or Jay-Z, or we go to Beyonce, you know, Shania Twain. It depends. Okay. You give me the aux, we in there. So just be prepared. But I'm definitely a music head, and it don't really matter the style or the full talent of the artist. If the music hits, and it hits. So yeah,
for sure. What's an artist you think people would be surprised to know that you listen to?
That's hard, because if you know me, pretty much
listen to anything.
Yeah, they're like, okay. Yeah, there's this country artist. His name is Sturgill. He has a song called Turtles All the Way Down. And I played that song on repeat when I was going through like depression and stuff like that. And so I think if people heard that song, they'd be like, what the fuck? So that would probably be something that would be a little bit shocking.
Okay, that's honestly one genre I really cannot get into is country. Like yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I just can't really rock with it.
You got it. You know what it is? You got to find your speed of country. Because I think some people, when they hear it, they have a certain idea like Dolly Parton or like Garth Brooks. I don't know shade or anything to Garth Brooks, but he's not my type. But no, I like the people that tell stories, but at the same time, it resonates with them as an artist and them as a person.
Right.
Yeah,
I feel that. What would you say is one of your first memories of music? Like I would say for me, it would be TLC No Scrubs, because my parents used to have to literally sing me that song to sleep in order for me to stop
Not
crying.
Scrubs, okay. How'd it make you as an adult if you...
I don't know. Every time I hear it now, it just brings me back. Like, I feel like it's the first song I've ever heard probably in my life.
Breathe Again by Toni Braxton. My mom used to play it.
I love Toni.
My
Love
mom
her.
used to play that song, cleaning, mad, picking me up. It don't matter. We always heard Breathe Again. So that was my earliest memory of a song. To me, that feels like the first song that I heard.
Can you do a Toni Braxton impression?
No, I cannot. I cannot do a Toni Braxton. Well, let me think. No, I can't. No, I can't do a Toni Braxton impression.
No?
No, not really.
You want to try?
No, I don't want to try.
All right, that's fine.
You
That's
have me
fine.
embarrassing
What's
myself.
What's your favorite Toni Braxton song?
Shit, that's hard. She got a lot of fucking songs. Hell, it might be Breathe Again. I like Unbreak My Heart though, but I think it might be Breathe Again. Yeah, it might be.
Breathe Again.
Yeah.
I love the Heat album.
You know, it took years for them to put that shit on streaming services.
Really?
So, yeah, because I think, I don't know why it took so long for them to do it, but yeah, it was a good album. I like her first album though.
Yeah. So we've gotten to know Lolo the artist. Mm-hmm. So who is Lolo outside of the art? Who's Lolo the human? Like
I would probably say that I'm somebody who still is in his head a lot. I'm a hard worker. I work a 9 to 5 just like everybody else does. Well, they ain't 9 to 5. I ain't waking up that early, but I still work, a regular job. I tend to be introverted. I'm only extroverted if I have to be. Mm-hmm. And I really do travel a lot. Like I just got back and I'm gonna be out again. Like once this is over, I think I got 3 days of a break and I'm right back. Cause there ain't no need to kind of stay home that often if I don't have to. So, and I'm someone who's like a huge advocate of like therapy mm-hmm. and making sure you keep up with your mental health. And yeah, that's who I am on a regular. But I'm always writing and keeping up with music. Always listening to beats, talking to other artists. Just who I am through and through.
Okay, so where's your favorite place that you visited?
Tortola, when we went in the Virgin Islands. That was my first time, or St. Martin. Those two places kind of made me go, I need to get the fuck out of the States.
I feel that.
Even though it's in the U.S. still, and we still own it. But going there to those islands and being able to just be out and experience the people that are there and still feel familiar, even though I'm not from there. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, that was it. Now, I've been abroad before, but I was really young and I can't really remember too much. Mm-hmm. But those two places, they stick out the most.
Okay, I feel it. So I wanted to ask you like some dating questions and stuff like that, but then you told me that you've been in a relationship for
10 years.
10 years, healthy relationship.
Yeah,
what would
healthy.
you say is the key to longevity?
Honesty, which I know is cliche, but it goes far deeper than just saying yes or no. You got to actually be willing to back up whatever it is that you say.
Mm-hmm.
So if you tell me that you're someone who I'm looking for a relationship, this is what I bring to the table, better show and prove then. And I think a lot of people, they dress up in the beginning, then as the relationship goes on, they feel like they don't have to keep dressing up.
Right.
And no, I told him when we first met, I was like, the kind of person I am, when I first meet you, the way I present, that's what you're gonna get. Like, of course there's more depth to it, but you're still gonna always be able to get back to who it is that you first met.
Right.
So I think you gotta remember that when you're dating someone, we're still gonna change, but you don't lose who you were before. You just gotta get back to it. So I think a lot of people just need to adjust with their partner, but also be willing to be adjusted if they have to, and always come back to who you were in the beginning so you can remind them who they were with. So yeah,
Right.
I would think that's the biggest advice I wish I had in the beginning, to keeping it, fun.
I love that. So what do you have coming up? Are you working on anything particular?
I am. So I have a live performance that's coming at the top of the year. It's going to be shot. It's going to be filmed. I have a bunch of bloggers and interviewers and podcasts, and I just want people to come out and kind of be introduced to me as a live artist, as opposed to me just going to like an open mic or something. I kind of wanted to build a stage and kind of have a place that I felt safe enough to give my art out and show myself in a vulnerable place. And then from there, I'll be able to carry on, but that's going to be at the top of the year. In May, I have an extension of the Taurus album called Taurus The Complete Edition, which is 8 new tracks. And it's going to close out the Taurus chapter so I can move on. And so I have those 2 things to look for, but that's at the top of the year.
Are we going to get any new visuals with that?
Yeah,
Extended
I actually already
version?
have 2 videos that are shot.
Okay.
And next year, I probably try to shoot about 8 more.
Oh, wow.
Because, yeah, I mean, it's my child. I'm going to keep raising it, so we ain't going to give up. Y'all going to get this shit for at least 2 to 4 more years. But,
Right.
yeah, definitely going to get more videos and more music and hopefully more interviews and stuff like that.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here, Lolo. You've been such an inspiration to me already, and I've only known you for maybe like a week.
Yeah,
so.
we just say 5 minutes.
Right. You heard it here. Keep streaming Taurus.
Yeah,
We
keep
out.
streaming, y'all.